We have had some agreement, Brexit aside, from Europe because the European Parliament has voted for a complete ban on a range of single-use plastics. It's in a bid to stop pollution of the oceans. Now, it will cover plastic cutlery, plates, cotton bud straws, drink stirrers, even balloon sticks. And it's also calling for a reduction in single-use plastic for food and drink containers like plastic cups. Now, just to give you an idea of the scale of the problem, just have a look at this. This graph shows just how long it takes for different plastics to biodegrade, to break up, essentially. Styrofoam cups take 50 years, all the way up to 600 years for fishing lines. It takes 600 years for fishing lines to break up. And this is showing the kind of plastics that are found on EU beaches. 49% of single-use plastics like the ones being banned. Adam Fleming has more on this.
This legislation was proposed by the European Commission, which is the executive arm of the EU, and they say this is a massive step to help the planet, to deal with that 150,000 tonnes of plastic waste that goes from Europe into the ocean every year. What's happened today is that members of the European Parliament have approved a plan to ban, maybe in around as soon as 2 years, a whole range of single-use plastic items, whether it's cutlery, plates, cotton buds, drink stirrers, or even the sticks that you attach to balloons if you get a balloon at the fairground. Those are items where there are alternatives. The 28 member states of the EU will also be told to find ways of cutting down on other things like containers and cups, and the manufacturers of these items will also have to take more responsibility for what happens to the items they make after they've been used. In other words, contributing to the financial cost of cleaning them up. It will now go into like a quite complicated negotiation process between the European Commission, the Parliament and the EU member states themselves. It will then have to be written into national laws all around Europe, and the law says that the ban would have to come in within 2 years of that happening. So the earliest we could see this would be 2021. And of course there's always a Brexit angle to this. The UK is leaving the EU, but if this legislation comes through during a post-Brexit transition period, then the UK will be obliged to incorporate this law into British law.